welcome back to the Spider's Web, and we have another unboxing video, and this time it's another good one. I finally got it! Zombicide! Yay! I know we've played this a few times on our Games Night videos, but it's always been Steve's copy that we've used, so tonight I decided to get my own copy. So there we are. I'll just move the box up a little bit and I'll turn it over so you can see the back. Let's get rid of some of this cellophane. Oops, put it on. Not quite. There we are. Okay, let's open it up and see what's inside. Oh, it's a big box. It's a big box. Right, so first of all we have a rule book. I'm going to push this to one side and then we can have a look at things properly. Okay, so in the rule book we have rules. We have the game components. Everything's clearly marked out. Shows you how to do everything you need to do to play the game, and so it should, because let's face it, it's a rule book, that's what it's supposed to do. And after a while of it being a rule book, it becomes a mission book. So we have all the different missions. We start off at 00, which is a tutorial, then 01, the city blocks. That was the last one, if you remember, we played on our Games Night video. We did really badly, in case you hadn't remembered or you haven't seen it, but here we have all the missions here. Basically we have 10 missions in the book. On the back we have a turn summary, and the best thing about this game is there are lots and lots and lots of extra missions that you can get, not only from Guillotine Games but from Board Game Geek as well, so we're not short of missions. Okay, so let's put that down to one side and have a look at what else there is. Okay, so I've actually changed camera angle now. We're going to have a look at some of the other components of Zombicide. First of all, we have the card which contains all the tokens. So what do we have? Well, we have the zombie spawn points. We have the cars, 4 cars, which are the pimp mobiles. We have these little tokens here which are going to go across the top of the hero survivor character cards. And you've got these which are open door cards, these ones, and as you can possibly see, if I not sure where these lamps are helping or not, to be honest, but hang on. Let's see what I can do. Right, so we have one here that's like a green on one side, well, green and blue. And these obviously are going to be like specific rooms for specific missions, or specific doors to use in specific missions. And then we have the noise tokens. We have the first player token, which is like a zombie's head. We have the exit token, and we have some tokens for X's, or with the red X on it, which on the other side is a blue, green and again red X's. These are, I can't remember now, let's have a look. Direxes. They're objective tokens. I couldn't remember what they were called. Oh dear. But on this side of the, after turning it over, on this side of the tokens of the board, we have the door tokens again, but this time the closed doors, and you see the blue and the green door there. And if we turn this round, you'll see that the Pimpmobiles are now police cars. So that's what's on these tokens, or this board. Next, we'll move those. Now what I've done is I've just taken the wrapper off these, just to make it easier. So I've not actually looked at any of these yet, but obviously we know what they are. All I've done is just, as I said, taken the wrapper off. So we have Zombicide cards, we have wounded cards, we have more cards with Zombicide on the back, and right, so what do we have? Well, these cards which have the red Zombicide logo on, these cards are items that you can pick up when doing a search. So in this case we have canned food, flashlights, gasoline, glass bottle, goalie mask, bag of rice, a scope, water, ARG, which is you find a zombie when you do a search. Unpleasant. Plenty of ammo, pans, fire axe, machete, chainsaw. So you get equipment, you get weapons, you get food as well with those. I'll put them back. I must have got them out of sync when I put them back in the box. Next we have the wounded tokens, which obviously wounded tokens, not tokens, cards. So when you get wounded in a fight, you would lose one of these and place one of those. Once you get your third one of these, you're dead. Simple. Anybody who's played the game knows it. If you've only just seen the game, you probably know it. It's been out a couple of years, so it's a big thing, isn't it? So we know what the wounded tokens are. And then these ones, the yellow Zombicide logo, these are your zombie cards. And you know, different things on each card. Whenever it's a zombie spawning turn, you turn one of these cards over and you go from what call your highest level survivor is. So if you've got one survivor who's on orange, you will follow this instruction on this one, which will be 2 runners. So we have different ones of those. So they're the cards. So I'm not going into great detail for these because, let's face it, it's a big enough game, you know exactly what's going on with it. Next thing we've got is six-sided dice. Nothing fancy about these, they're not the Zombicide specific dice, so any dice will do. These, matron, missus, now. These are nice. What are they? I'll show you what they are. These are, as I say, I've taken all the cellophane off these, so just to make life easy. All the wrappings come off them all. That's all I've done. I've opened it up, I've had a look at the rule book, and then I've just spent time here. I've got the lights out and spent time. So let's start with this fella. This is your hero character. Right, we had our little token board here, as you may remember from the first part of this. If we punch that out there, we can put it on top like so, and that is our level tracker, as it were. Points tracker, whatever you want to call it, experience, who cares. You can do that. That's all fine and dandy, but the problem is, if you knock the table, that can go from, say, there up to there, and you probably wouldn't notice. These, however, have changed since the over these, because these actually are for going on there. So you've got a skull, and these you can just move along like so. What these were originally were just like a little arrow that pointed down, and you can move these across and they'd stay on. That is absolutely great. The one that Steve has, who usually comes down when we've been playing these, it's been with his copy. I said his were just like a little V or an arrow, very similar shape to that, which will clip on. But these skull ones are quite nice, quite like them. I may be using those instead of these. I don't know yet. We will find out. But that's what those are for. Very interesting. I like the idea of that. Okay, so that's what's in that little plastic tub, because these were in the bottom. Then we had the dice, bag of dice on top, and then on top of those we had the cards. And I said all I've done is just take the wrappers off each thing so I can get in and show you them a little bit quicker. Right, so we've had a look at Doug's card. Well, I've showed you the thingy. So as each level goes up, as you may know, if you're in blue you've got matching sets, so you're basically dual wielding for this one. Once you get into yellow you get an extra action, so instead of having 3 actions you have 4 actions. When you get into the orange, then you've got a choice between either using 1 die for ranged or 1 die for free combat action, or 1 free combat action. And when you get into the red, number 43 there, you get the choice of either +1 to dice roll in combat, you're ambidextrous, or you're slippery. And then you've got your cards, your 2 spaces for your cards in hand and your 3 spaces at the back for cards in reserve, which you can swap around. So that's Doug. And the other one in the base game is Phil, who you may recognise as possibly, what's his name? Andrew Lincoln, I think his name is, from Walking Dead. I think that's the character who this is supposed to be. And old Doug, if you remember the movie, is it Falling Down with Michael Douglas? I think that's who this character is supposed to be. This, I think, is supposed to be, as I say, Andrew Lincoln's character in The Walking Dead. And he has the options as well. When you're in blue he starts with a pistol, in yellow he gets an action, and he gets those choices and blah 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 blah. And now we're going to the ones that I don't think are based on anybody in movies. If they are, let me know, but I don't think they are. So Wanda on her roller skates in blue, she can move 2 zones per move action. When she's in yellow, 1 action. When she's in orange, either +1 dice to roll for melee attacks, and or she's slippery. Then in red, blah blah. Yeah, you can probably read what they are instead of me going through. And then we have a gentleman of the road, shall we say, Ned. Fortunately, my favourite character in here is Ned. I do like Ned. I think it's probably to do with my Halloween efforts. Last year we went out in a blaze of glory. But I don't know what it is about Ned, but I do like Ned. But for some strange reason I played, the last one I played Machete, El Cholo, one of the Kickstarter characters. You don't get him in the base game, unfortunately. But there's his card. And then we have Amy. I shall be mostly doing her as full on goth. So obviously I will be painting all these on the figures when I'll show you them later. And there's Amy, and then we've got Josh. This is the final hero character in the base game. I'm hoping to get more characters as well as the extra expansion packs that are available in time. So there will be more and more added to this. I'll not just be sticking with the base game. In fact, I can tell you now, I've already ordered. I ordered last night at the Games Club the Toxic Mall expansion for when Mark from Grimtree Games is next at the Games Club. Right, so next let's have a look. Can I raise this a bit higher? As you can see, hopefully you can see most of the tile instead of all of the tile. Is what's in here. So I'll put these upside down. I think doesn't make any difference, I suppose. I don't know, I may have... oh, yeah. When I was taking them out I dropped them, so I've just put them back any old order. But we have here this tile, which is tile number 7B. If you've not played the game before, you don't know anything about it. Basically what it is, each tile will have a number. This one is, oops, as you can see, the 7B. In the missions you'll be shown how to set up your tiles, and they will be shown, and these are shown so that you'll be able to identify which tile to use. So each one has a number and letter. This one's 5F. I'm just going to move it round so you can see it all. You've got your, looks like an office space and a bathroom. Go with lots of blood and gore. You've got a dumpster outside of it. And on the other side of this, you've got 7B, which we've just looked at, so I don't know why I'm showing you that again. But hey ho. And then we have 1B. If you look closely in some of these, there are little references to things. Not quite sure there's any in this particular one. And I haven't got my glasses on, so I can't really see in focus anyway. Well, I've got my glasses on, but I've not got my reading glasses on, unfortunately. So there may be some things I will miss, but there are some things that are references to other things in this on some of the boards. So if you do get them, if you do get the game, then have a look and see what you can find. This one's board 3B, by the way. It's like a gym, bathroom and like a reception area. And then we have 3C, which again is a gym, bathroom and reception area. Exactly the same board as 3B by the look of it. A little bit odd. And then we have this here. So basically 3B and 1C, 1C and 1B are exactly the same, and 3C and 3B are exactly the same. Can't say I noticed that before, but they're not quite the same, I don't think. Slight difference in design. There are slight difference in design. So 1C and 1B, there you can see the difference if I show them there. This one is 1C, this one is 1B. There are slight differences. They look similar, but but they're not exactly the same. But if I turn it round, again, they are a different layout. It's the same design, just a slightly different layout. It confused me for a second then. I've not really taken much notice of these, because usually when we play it's somebody else setting it up. Oh dear. Right, so this is 6B. We have a diner and a bathroom. And on the flip side to this we have it looks like a bedroom. These are the things where you'd see some references like in magazines, pictures on magazines. I don't know whether there is in the base set or whether it's in what do you call it, some of the expansions. I'm not sure, but I do remember seeing some. And then 6C we have again 6B, 6C. These do look quite similar. In fact, they are exactly the same, 6C and 6B. There are slight differences, whereas 6B has a bin here. This has an oil can, or a toxic chemical can here, and the bin over this side. Those have changed round, but apart from that, near enough exactly the same. Mirror image. Okay, next one we have is 5B, and if we turn this over we have 4B. There we are, something there, little magazine cut out, I don't know what it is. There we are. But I do like the artwork on these boards. They've done a really good job on them. Makes you believe you're actually in a city. And what's next? We have 5C. We have a ruined, looks like office block, more ruined offices, with the strip lights there on the floor. And on the flip side of this we have 4C. This looks like an apartment that's been trashed. Gore everywhere, open fridge, somebody's remains there. And then we have 4D, which has yet more magazines there. I don't know what they are on them. As I say, I've not got my reading glasses on, so I can't really focus properly on these, but hopefully you can see them a little bit better than I can. I've got hiccups now, dear oh lord. So there's 4D board. Have we looked at that one yet already? I don't know, I can't remember. But a quick look. And this is the last board, this is 5E. And again, if you look, I lost it there slightly. We have some more newspaper articles there. This looks like a grocery shop of some description, I think. There are apples and onions and potatoes and stuff. And if we turn it over, we have again another, what looks like somebody's apartment that's been trashed. Or it could be, no, it's an office. That's the meeting room. There we go. So they're the boards. But I know you don't want to look at those. I know you don't want to look at those. What you want to look at are what's in these two boxes. Right, so let's do so, shall we? Right, in this first box we have zombies. So we have one tray of zombies, we have two trays of zombies. I'm not going to go through the whole tray, I'm just going to go through one and let you have a look, because they're exactly the same. There's no difference whatsoever. So I'm going to lower this camera down and we're going to have a look at one zombie from each of the columns, because all this column is the same column, all these columns are the same zombies, these columns, you know, every column is the same. They're just slightly different poses in each column. So okay, so I'll move that across the way. I will go from left to right. Start off with this one. Needless to say, I've got some painting to be done. One of the male zombies, one of the female zombies. Excuse me a moment while I just get the power lead for my camera and plug it in. I just noticed that the battery's looking a little bit unwell, shall we say. Okay, so we looked at the male and female zombies, now one of the runner zombies. I'm hoping the camera's focusing on these. I don't know whether you can see any detail or not on them, but you will do by the time I've finished painting them. And then a zombie after my own heart. It's a fatty. There we are. So we have fatty zombies in the vest top and overalls, wrapped with the sleeves tied around the waist. And then we have another running zombie, this time with wearing a hoodie and running shorts rather than a tracksuity type thing. Now another male walking zombie. And another female walking zombie. And finally another male walking zombie. There's something dangling off this hand, I don't know what it is, just a little bit of fluff. Here we go. So there are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 standard moulds for the zombies. And now in this box we have more minis, and this time we have the survivors and the abomination. So let's have a look at each of the survivors. Well, first off we have I think this is Amy. We'll have a look at her with her hero card. So you can tell this is Amy because of the picture and the colour in the background of her character card being purple. It ain't going to stay that way because these are going to, as I say, get painted. So there's not going to be the purple showing. Even the base is going to be painted and do something along it for the base. But so they're going to be different, each one. Next we have Ned, who is the red mini. You can see loaded down with pans and baseball bats and a gun and whatever else. Oh dear, excuse me, yawning. Oh. Right, next we have Josh, who is the orange survivor for the time being. Gun in each hand. There we go. And then we have Wonder. Here's the turquoisey coloured character. I'm going to try and get these painted in similar colours to the character cards, so at least they have some resemblance and we can identify them a little bit easier when we get so many, after we get so many of the characters, or so many, as we get more survivors. We need to make it a bit easier to identify. But next we have Phil, who's the policeman, sheriff, whatever he may be. And finally we have Doug, who is a businessman with the double dual wielding Uzis and the satchel over his back. He's the bluish coloured character for now. He will end up looking more like this than he does now, but as I say, for now it's blue. And finally we have the big bad abomination zombie, who looks remarkably like this. So the zombies I'm going to be painting all sorts of different colours, but the heroes I'm going to try and make them look like, as I said, something similar to the hero cards, the character cards. So stay tuned for some videos. I'm not going to be showing you how to do every single zombie. I'll probably just do one of each mould. Obviously I can only show you how to do one of the abominations because I only have one, but I'll be getting them painted, and as I said, I'll probably leave out one of each to show you how I've painted them. In fact, really, for the main zombies I don't really need to bother. I can just do one, a couple of the zombies, because they're going to be near enough exactly the same. I'm going to do different colours with each one, so I'll go through and just pick a few of the zombies. I'll do a walker and a runner and a fatty, and I'll do the abomination on camera. The rest I'll do off camera. But that is Zombicide. As I say, it's just the base game. There's no added extras in this. It's just what you get straight out of the box when you buy the base game. So the expansion pack, Toxicity Mall is on order. I shall be trying to build up slowly but surely as time goes on. Each of the expansions and a few extra zombies here and there may go for the extra tiles. I don't know yet. I will see whether or not I need to. But for now, Doug and me, as always, take care, God bless, and bye for now.